And this is going to be one more video, and it's going to be dedicated to mighty Donald Trump. Let's do this one. It's going to be related to Donald Trump's war on drugs. Donald Trump stated 300,000 Americans get killed per year by drugs. And I did dedicate Donald Trump already the issue pertaining to his war on drugs, I should say Venezuela. Actually, there is a lot of stuff that I dedicated on my blog to drugs. There is a lot of stuff I dedicated to the war on drugs. I do not support Venezuelan government and Venezuelan views when it comes to violence and stuff. There was abundance of violence. I have no reason to support one. They were involved on behalf of Americans, with the assistance of the CIA and the Slovenian state, KGB, into Mount Everest of torture. I have no reason to support any of that stuff. Venezuelans were involved in heavy torture in Venezuela and also in the United States of America. Torture was severe throughout South and Central America, not only United States and Canada and so on. They wanted to make sure that I would not see myself in, I don't know, in any country, in any politician, and so on. But this video, this is about Donald Trump here.
In Venezuela, you've sent F-35s out of Puerto Rico, you've sent naval vessels into the Caribbean, you're concerned about drugs being illegally sent into the United States. How do you...
This is not about me, this is about the President Donald Trump. Elected President Donald Trump.
Describe this build-up, this situation.
You can dream about fucking peak Jewish that I would see one as a president, as somebody, as something, as credible, as someone, as something. This is a human dunk, it's a shit. Not the president, but this is about, again, about the President Donald Trump.
Well, I just think it's strong. We're strong on drugs. We don't want drugs killing our people.
Yeah.
I believe we lost 300,000. You know, they always say 95, 100,000.
Yeah.
I believe they've been saying that for 20 years.
Yeah.
I believe we lost 300,000 people.
Yeah, 300,000. We lost 300,000. We lost 300,000. I did mention Panama. I did mention Greenland. I did explain what this Jewish swine contemplated on, what he contemplates on. However, I did not explain entirely for Venezuela. Well, he lost another war in Venezuela, this loser American white definition of the neo-Nazi scumbag, war criminal. An individual, if doing the stuff like he does in Gaza, or I should say he did with Joe Biden, will find himself on international court being accused of war crimes, crimes against humanity. This Jewish piece of shit, this Judo-German piece of shit, never ever will. It's like this in this world, that the one who pays United Nations, the one that finances it, the one who is strong, can never be accused of war crimes. It's like this in this world. And it doesn't matter what this excuse of human being does. He inflated number to 300,000. Jews stated it's 300,000 that are killed. Really? People already did check on Donald Trump. His number 300,000. And they came to these figures here, approximately 100,000 per year, which is a staggering high number. 110,000. This is a staggering number this year. And so, now we're going to get to the core of this video, the meaning of this video. We are getting to the meaning of this video. There is such a thing in the United States of America like Democratic Party, as you all know. And let me see some faces here. Well, you can see some here. I don't see Joe Biden, and this is really not justified. Yeah, it was like this, that Donald Trump, American President Donald Trump, and I say now with a reason American President, I want to be cynical. But this is not a cynism. The people that you see right there and other people, and FBI should and CIA should, but of course they will not. They should confirm you that this is a president of rich people, not of the middle class and not of the socially endangered or whatever class you want to. I don't like to say a low class. You know, low income. All right, low class income, whatever. This is not even president of those that go into a little higher than medium class. This is a president of the billionaires, millionaires, organized crime. That's what this garbage is about. And this garbage was not elected. This garbage was selected. Your American President Donald Trump was selected, appointed. But the good news is Joe Biden was too, and Obama was too, and all others were too. So in that sense, that might not even be such a bad news. The bad news about this here is, you know, I had girls coming to this place. I think the most gorgeous females the world have ever seen. Some, they pushed away white females. They pushed away white females. White females were off the picture. Not allowed white females. But still, the ladies that were coming here were, wow. In terms of physical attraction, beauty, incredible beauties. Girls such as Serena Ali, let's say. Porn stuff in which they threw me in it. Girls from maybe Asian American, I don't know how I would express myself, females. Alexandra Cortez was a big visitor here. So a whole pack of really good looking interracial females was coming here. And it wasn't about only interracial females, it was also other females that will be coming here. But maybe based on my selection, I don't know, and it doesn't really matter. I had a lot of those females from different racial backgrounds coming. I had some beautiful black ladies, all kinds of ladies that were coming here, and they were just simply horrified with the prospect of Donald Trump becoming a future American president. And I am talking about year 2002, 2003, 2004, 2004, 5, when it was evident Donald Trump is going to become a president. I noticed this motherfucker with myself beginning in 98. It was evident Donald Trump is going to be a US president. I noticed this motherfucker that he has absolutely nothing to do with the United States of America. I lived in the United States of America, and I would go into that low class income, shit class income. Not completely always. Maybe for a year, 2 or 3, maybe I was, that still goes into a low class income. I noticed this motherfucker had absolutely nothing to do with United States of America. Less than nothing. And Donald Trump needed me. It was very nice. They promoted him through the violence through which he depicted himself as my ally. But I was just like this, ladies. I was just like this so-called Democrats. On the side, I started to look suspiciously on this motherfucker who was coming here. Here and there he would pop up. And he made statements in front of black, in front of Hispanic, who always were also were present. Also, the people who walked in here, mostly were white people, mostly were white Americans. However, because of what I told you, I noticed it. I wasn't myself in the room because it was this females that were coming here to flirt with me and so on during MK Ultra. When they heard about the prospect of this guy becoming a U.S. president, one thing about this ladies, about this adult entertainment, whatever, ladies, they did not protest him. They just went on silently, but I noticed them how they looked weirdly, and there was maybe two black ladies that they actually asked if this guy is really going to be a president, because this was a fucking helpless piece of shit. Totally anti-American, helpless, billionaire, millionaire piece of fucking shit. The biggest piece of fucking shit you possibly could find in the world, based on my own conclusion. He didn't give a three fuck about average, medium, low income Americans. He did not give a three fucking shit. Your president, your great American president, Donald Trump. He was so fucking shit about this issue that the Democrats that they observed Donald Trump with, FBI directors were always here, CIA people were always here when this shit went on. They always paid visits, and this didn't happen on one occasion. This shit went on for years. It was a big problem the United States of America was facing, a tremendous problem. I remember Joe Biden talking about this shit beginning 2003, 2002, the drugs started to explode through the United States of America. I have to see the statistics. This I'm saying to you completely out of memory. In 2002, this started to be a real problem. 2003, it totally exploded. And views of Donald Trump were shockingly fucked up views. Like, basically, fuck them. If they do drugs, they do drugs. Fuck them. Who cares about drug addicts? Who gives a fuck about drogaditos? Whatever the fuck they do. Me personally, the people that do drugs, that want to fuck around with it, I don't like that. And for the people like this, I know nothing about these social diseases, about the forced unemployment yet, about these issues. I still was young enough, positive about making, somehow, some way, a change in my life, that something would change in my life. And so I was quite insensitive about this issue myself. I was never interested in the drugs. In the world that I lived was impossible to live, yet I refused the fucking drugs. And I myself was extremely dismissive about the alcoholism and about the drugs. And me myself, I'm not gonna, I'm not trying to make myself as a saint, whatever. I told them that the people who do the drugs, basically, it's their own fault. I probably said fuck them. If you do drugs and alcohol, it's because you can afford it. That's definitely true. But there's just so much I did not understand and know that I see now different. I'm not going to say that I grew up, that the horizon changed or something like that, but yeah, I got to understand a little bit better how things operate, view things for what things are, based on my own investigation of this MK Ultra issues that implicated so many different issues. And so it's terribly expensive to rehabilitate people from the drugs, from the alcoholism. This is like you would get people, wounded people, like you see in the Ukraine in this war, back home. And, it was established that it's easier to rehabilitate veterans, people who serve frontline, than it is alcoholics and drug addicts. That these are basically, really, it's like zombies in a society that depends on handouts, and they give absolutely nothing in return other than crime and so on, But still, I never ever was a fan of drugs, and always was a major proponent of the U.S. military, border patrol, war with Mexico, major proponent of what is referred to now as ICE, Immigration Authority, whatever the fuck it would be, the major proponent of FBI expansion, law enforcement, police, making sure that there will be no absolutely entry of the drugs into the country, and also law enforcement that will make sure that there will be absolutely no drugs anywhere in the country. I condemned the people that drug addicts and like alcoholics, with everything I had. But at the same time, I demanded, this to be enforced by the police, 10 times more strict and 10 times more, with attention to detail and so on. I wanted to zero alcohol and zero drugs in the country policy. And I was hated for that policy. I collected a lot of enemies. Mike Tyson was one of the enemies I got because of the cannabis also. I rated him as a junkie, as a crap and so on, and it didn't matter who the fuck you are, whether you were rich or wherever you are. You lay in front of me the issue of alcohol and drugs, I would just fuck off, basically. That's it. Fuck off. Simple as this. Just beat it, disappear. the fuck out. As simple as this. I still see it that way. The drugs eventually won in the United States of America. Now you have people selling drugs all over the place. They say the cannabis is not bad. I think cannabis is shit. I think any kind of drug stimulant that gives you a false impression about reality is a piece of fucking shit. It's like as if reality is not difficult enough. Give me a fucking break. Reality is bleak here and there. You know, you can't escape death of your parents, death of your siblings, accidents, loss of your jobs. You know, as if you know, bills that you have to pay are not bleak enough, or maybe, you know, getting even your relatives killed overseas on a military missions and so on, and like life is not hard enough, right? Now you need some fucking stimulant that is going to make you feel good for a few minutes before you're going to be returned back into reality. Folks, one of the reasons I'm still alive is because I did not consume alcohol and because I did not consume drugs. And it doesn't apply to the injuries I would suffer from such, you know, ingredients, stuff. But, you know, it's not about the kidney or liver, etc., etc. But, you know, the biggest issue that I had in my life was the issue to survive this shit. You could not even call this depression. It's a lifestyle. And the lifestyle was shit. Total fucking shit. Don't take drugs. Don't drink alcohol because it's not going to get any better. You know what I mean? Even cookies, whatever the hell you do, if you don't want to go out and walk, you know, whatever the hell is it you do, and go out and walk is the best for you. Anything is better than drugs and alcohol and that kind of stuff, because those substances that you're going to take, they're just going to temporarily make you feel, you know, lose the sense for reality, you know. And so sometimes you even need this shit. I know because of myself, because sometimes it's like this, that, you know, instead of giving yourself electroshocks, or instead of what other is left other than getting drunk, or instead of whatever the hell you do, it's just better to go for a cookies or do something stupid, crazy. Maybe you want to jump into the ice water. Just make sure it's not deep so that you're not going to drown in it. Throw yourself a fucking bucket of ice on your head. I have no idea what the fuck you do. You do whatever the fuck you do, just don't go for the drugs. Don't do nothing crazy, basically, you know. I'm not going to say take care of yourself, but sometimes you have to do something shit, something stupid. And really, life is not short, life is long. It doesn't end in one day. Sometimes you have to do stupid shit to get yourself back in a track. That shit should not last too long. If you do the shopping, whatever the hell you do, be always wise. Whatever the hell you do, use brain. Drugs, alcohol, that's the worst thing you can do, in my book. Folks, let's get to the core of it. Donald Trump did not give a three fuck about Americans. He was so bad at it, Joe Biden could tell you, beginning 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, that Joe Biden simply exploded at Donald Trump at one point in time. He would just randomly mention about this problem with the drugs. It's like you would not fucking believe this shit. Maybe Donald Trump was selling drugs himself. Maybe he was connected to cartels, to drug cartels, who the fuck knows. With the people he was surrounded with, you know, they surely involved gangsters, not only Epstein's, all kinds of garbage. And he had absolutely no interest in deaths of Americans, American casualty, yearly casualty. And like I said, the atmosphere was such that I was still in the United States of America until 2006, August of 2006, before I returned back to the U.S. in 2008, and exited one again at the end of the 2009. I was having a difficulty with Donald Trump when it came to American casualties, with myself being in the U.S. I'm not going to say that I was American. I don't give a three fuck look about issues that Donald Trump is stressing, U.S. citizen and this and that. That's a long story about that crap. Too long for me. Not in this video, but too heavy for me, I should say. I didn't feel good about Americans being killed. Actually having a president that would not give a three fuck about American casualties, lost lives to drugs. It was just not the right thing. Not for me, not for the ladies I told you that will be coming looking at this crazy show. I became extremely skeptical about this stuff. If I wouldn't, I wouldn't even remember this stuff. And he was so fucking shit that he was ordered to report on issues of drugs. He was literally by the FBI. They ordered him. They told him, your presidency is in cahoots. You will have to report on issue of the drugs. You will have to create a plan when it comes to the drugs, everything, or there will be nothing with your presidency. This happened in 2008 with Obama, Christopher Wray, Joe Biden. When they were meeting him, they were simply, the FBI took care of the stuff. Whatever Biden noticed about this fuckhead, it would be FBI that would start to pressure on him. And this was one of the issues. And so, that's basically when those numbers, inflated numbers, and war in Venezuela, cartel, and that kind of shit pop up. With literally FBI assistance doing their best possible to finance drug gangs, finance smuggling, finance import of drugs, inflicting more and more casualties on American population through the drugs, doing their best to create sensation on war on drugs, on a drug war. Remember when I told you Joe Biden is Donald Trump? Joe Biden was not allowed any of that stuff. This shit was strictly reserved for Donald Trump, for the Kash Patel. And the way American Jew works, the way American Jewry operates is in such ways that if they notice something on you that you're doing wrong, if you're an ordinary person like you and I watching this program, they fucking kill you. They destroy you, they rip you apart, they eat your heart out. They destroy you. One way or the other, they get you killed, destroyed. Because that's what they kill as social justice. They present you as ultimate evil. And they give the opportunity to those that you don't want to advocate or don't want to have nothing to do with it. They portray that lynching as a social justice. If the person from the wealthy circle, like Donald Trump, Jews with a lot of money, American Jewry, some influential person, maybe judge, maybe a police officer, the police officer's got a really good, strong connections. Certain portion of population that is sensitive population, that goes into the category of the sensitive population. And that's only the population that they are afraid that they have something that it could have impact on certain issues that could cause disruption, that could cause a problem in whatever pattern they enforce. They do it completely different. Even continue with offering them such job as a presidential job. So you know that the lobby behind Donald Trump is, there is not much to say about. You already know what that garbage is. And it's worse. I'm going to explain to you in this video, or you might have sensed that already, that the person that does shit like this, what they do is they not only give you a second chance, but they want to make sure that you fuck up as you are. You came out as a total fuck up Donald Trump. What they do is they create the sensation out of it. And so that you can come with a figure 300,000, like, you want to make sure America big again, America great again, America great again. You understand me what I'm saying? So now you have a Jew going out on a TV. Oh, it's a 300,000. He's going out. Now he started to argue. Now he started to argue about the issue that Joe Biden was prohibited from using through his presidency. Now he came out with the issue Obama was prohibited from using throughout his presidency, or might have not even been enough aware about this shit. Now he comes with issue inflamed 3 times issue, and it concerns death of Americans, lost lives to drugs. That is known as a big drug war issue, for which Joe Biden, possibly even Obama, if Obama even knew what the fuck he was doing during his presidency, were used to literally boost drugs so that you would have a Kash Patel. I told about the Kash show, about Kash Patel, Kashko. I told about how they caught him at the Wackenhut Corporation, engaging in violence in front of the Wackenhut Corporation, where also FBI, a little FBI office was not too far from there. Video recorded him with his racist, bigoted issues against me. He was stressing when I was in the U.S. You just Google Kash Patel, you're going to learn about a Wackenhut, and you're going to learn about what the fuck went on with this individual. How he went from, that's what I told you, it's 2 kind of people. One category of people get destroyed, burn out completely, deleted. And there is another category, like Obama, Kash Patel, Donald Trump, and so on, that they make sure that their weakness, wickedness, shit in their head, they turn in the best terms for them. Kash Patel is from India, Hindu. I should say parents are from India. He was born here in the USA. I'm not even from India. Yeah, I know. We never met before. Yeah. We never met before, no. So for some people, they turn their weaknesses into, based on their career choices, they offered him. When they caught him, they conditioned him. Hey, pal. He confessed himself. Oh No, no, I was wrong, I was wrong. Then you have somebody like Christopher Ray. Don't worry, my boy. I have a solution for you. Don't worry about it. How about the job for the FBI director? You know, all you have to do is change the wagon from Obama, Holder, etc., to a Donald Trump. Hey, what is considered as extreme right? Really, sir? Yes, really. We are in America. And then you have, I told you, Donald Trump going from, exactly I explained to you how he viewed drugs in America, into 300,000, and then you have Kash Patel arresting Barack Obama, blah, 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 blah. You know? Then you have going, this kind of stuff, you're going from one side to another, and that's basically what they hire. That's what they go by. That's America. That's a real Jew America. That's what the Jew America is made. That's how Jew, spins his coin. That's how they spin the coin. They give you the job, they give you this kind of stuff when they have shit on you, when they have something filthy, dirty on you. Because you're more trustworthy, because they have something and they basically hold you for your throat. That's how it works. And that's how you get people, the most dedicated people are the people that switch poles like that. So, thanks for watching this video. I hope you understand how Donald Trump landed in long lost war on Venezuela. Donald Trump talked about something that's going to be attack on Venezuela, and maybe even an island or two. Actually, he hallucinated about the area here that he would take away, but those are a classic Donald Trump's hallucinations, which also pertain to the Panama, and they pertain to the Greenland, as we know. Schizo, right? Who is more schizophrenic? Who is more schizo, Donald Trump? Between you and me, who is more schizo? Who is a schizoid? Who is the real Jew? Who is the schizo? Schizo shit. Who is more realistic? Who is still what he always was? And who converted himself into something to be seen, to please, to be viewed, to be whatever the fuck. Who's got more traits of the schizophrenic Donald Trump? This is a war that Donald Trump never had any potential in it. Here you can see Trinidad and Tobago, and they were hallucinating something about doing stuff here. Punta de Piedras, this is what he hallucinated. He hallucinated here about even going on Venezuelan mainland and taking a piece of it. That's the kind of stuff he was hallucinating in the name of the war and the drugs. Fact of the matter is that United States of America is coming closer and closer in the rank of the Brazil. Is unwelcome and in Central and in South America, where a Chinese competition, Russian competition, sorry to say that even, but Indian, Chinese competition is much more welcome, more and more welcome by the day. This is the Donald Trump, his little war on drugs. This is a little American war on drugs that I think it ended with yet another defeat by exposing Donald Trump for what Donald Trump is. Actually, your Jew-America, your Jewish money, that's what this is about. I'm paying you your Jewish money. I'm paying Jew back the money that I owe him. That's what this is about. Make America great again, right? You gotta make America great again. Lie, kill, and steal. Making himself a big news, is that's what you want, a lot of attention, a lot of big news. So there's as many people as possible can pay to cretinoid, as much attention as possible. Shit, folks, Donald Trump threatened me he's going to suspend my American citizenship. But guess what? I told Donald Trump during MK Ultra, fuck you, fuck your American citizenship, and fuck your America, I told him. You pick your fucking American passport, you pick your fucking American citizenship, and get the fuck out of here that I don't fucking see you ever again, scumbag. Jew. This is true. Donald Trump is going to confirm you. Today, I saw on a Yahoo News, the follow-up on my video yesterday. A reminder of, so the reminder today of MK Ultra. It was this Supreme Court Justice, and it was also this Tim Cook from Apple who advertised the smartwatch. The Tim Cook from Apple, the man who had to pay extra money to the family of Stephen Jobs, because of one being supposedly murdered, killed. I was even accused when at the same time Tim Cook alone was presented as the one who did the job on Stephen Jobs, on a popular Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was the one who handed the money to Tim Cook was the one who handed the money to the family of the Stephen Jobs that started to cry. They were coming here in our house, blame me. You killed our daddy. You did this, you did shit. The old Tim Cook zipped their mouths with some money so they could fit into the category of the billionaires. Then they shut their mouths. That's the way it works in America. That's how it works. It's all about Jew. The one that you hold in your hands. The paper one. That's how they zip your mouth. They take some of those and they stash in your mouths. So you shut the fuck up. I told Trump, you pick your fucking American citizen and passport, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to see you, no fucking Jew Americans here. I don't want to go anywhere, motherfuckers. You get fucking lost from here. I'm very proud of my words, the way I handled. And Donald Trump said, no, you're gonna get paid first, then we're gonna take American citizenship. He had a lot of variations of this suspension of my American citizenship. You know what? Fuck you, America. Fuck you, Jew. Fuck you, Jew America. Fuck your American citizenship. Fuck your American passport. Maybe sooner than later, I'm gonna shit on one and demand one to be cancelled myself. Because guess what? I don't like you Jews. I don't like fact that fellow Americans are Jews. I don't like Jew. And I don't want to be in the same category as Jews. I don't want to go around the world and be watched in my back like a filthy Jew that is ready to do something. Like so many of you are. So corrupt, so criminal, so purchased, sold out. I don't want to be seen like that. I was not born with American citizenship. And I don't want to die with American citizenship. You are a fucking disgrace, United States of America. You told me I'm disgrace for you. Guess what? You started to use me when I was a baby. When I was a few months of age, you started to hijack me for your global agenda. And guess what? You're not worthy of my shit. And I don't want to die with certificate with something that's going to be, he was American. He became an American and so on. Fuck you. Fuck your America. We don't want you. We don't want you in Europe. We don't want you in Asia. We don't want you in Africa. We don't want you in South America. And we don't want you in Central America. We don't want you fuckers anywhere. Take your fucking jewelry, your fucking American Jew president, stick one in your ass, motherfuckers. Don't ever come here again. That much about your war on drugs, your patriotism, and all your other issues. That's how it works in Jew America. That's not how it works here. You don't get to see nothing, do you? You get to see that Israel targets Hamas leadership, right? In attack on Qatar. So now it's already Qatar that is bombed. Which country is Gaza in? Who gave the Gaza to Palestinians? Yeah. Who gave the Gaza to Palestinians? Right? Who gave the Gaza to Palestinians? They don't want to report. They don't want the world to see it. Look what people search the most. They just want to know how many killed today. How many crippled, equivalent to drugs, I told you. It's going to be easier to rehabilitate them than people addicted to drugs. Alcoholism. It says here 163,000 winded. 163,000 winded. Basically 163,000 turned into zombies. This here is what I was hoping for the world is going to demand from United States of America. I was really hoping for one thing that could be done by the world, that the world should demand from United States of America. If you allow them to come to your country, I believe American passports should have this here, like this. I think every American passport should be labeled with this thing. Whether they come in your country or wherever they come, they should get the sticker like this till they leave the country. That's what I would do. Because that's exactly what they come for. Wherever they go. Going to United States of America was a big mistake. I never saw it in such a way. I never viewed this in such a way. But it was Charles Windsor who stated me, I'm going to make job now much easier for him with my departure to United States of America in 1995. I can say it was a huge mistake. It was a tremendous mistake. Biggest mistake I had made in my life was departure to United States of America. It goes both ways. What I was told, what you repeated me in the US, I eventually audio recorded you. It goes both ways. Under no welcome to America anymore. It was a big mistake. You guys are a big mistake. Tremendous mistake. Hopefully the world is not going to learn too late. This video goes into the category of Jews admitted will start war in Ukraine in 1992. How Ukrainian, Israeli and Jew-American Jews flocked on a Russian side. They didn't have to flock. They always were on the Russian side. They have a Russian state in Russia. in 91, 92 when arriving in our house on Novo Mesto. This would go into this category here. It gives you more overview, you get a more pure, clean picture about what America is. The so-called United States of America. Where a Jew money is not worth anything. They say in America, they have this saying they use with me, they brainwash time and again. Again, discriminate. Anything you want, but don't discriminate against money. Don't discriminate against money. You can discriminate anything you want, but don't discriminate money. Well, this is where Jew money is not worth shit. American Democrats literally were the one that appointed Donald Trump. They were literally were the one who selected and appointed Donald Trump. It was not even Republicans that elected and selected one. It was literally American Democratic Party, FBI, that elected, I should say, selected Donald Trump to become a president. And he got 2 terms, a happy terms, a Kushner terms.